All right, we've clarified the routine portion of it all. You know, how many days you should go if you're a beginner and all that, how to actually stay consistent with your routine. If you haven't watched that video, go ahead and check it out. It really helped out a lot of my friends, so I'm sure you can benefit off of it too. That being said, we're going to enter the real fun parts of the physical improvement program, and that is going to be the workouts, the different splits, the different types of workout, all of that. So that being said, let's get into it. Obviously, like we said in our previous videos, we are aiming for that, V-taper look, that lean aesthetic physique, that attractive physique. So we're not aiming to be a bodybuilder, we're not aiming to go on stage. We just want to look good and be strong, right? That being said, there's something that you should know, and there is 7 aesthetic muscles to the female eye. Okay? Reason why I say that is because when you ask women, these are not the muscles they're gonna tell you. I mean, you've probably seen those videos like they go like, "Oh, what's the most attractive muscle on a guy?" And they go chest or back or this or that, right? And some of those are true, some of those aren't. But through experience and just observation, what I've found, this isn't me, by the way, this isn't me saying this. I don't know if you guys know Hamza, but he actually came up with this, so I'm just kind of giving you guys the information. But there's 7 aesthetic muscles, and it goes from this order, going from the top to the bottom. Not top as in like top as in from going from your head to your feet. So it goes neck, your traps, your shoulders, your upper chest, your biceps, your abs, and your lats. Okay? Reason why I bring this up is because obviously through our workout, through my videos and everything, I'm gonna tell you guys about working out in general, how to work out and all of that. And I'm not saying that we're only gonna train these muscles, but we are gonna put a slight emphasis on these muscles, whereas some other fitness influencers don't. Right, so that being said, in this short video, I just want to cover the different types of workouts and the different workout splits, because in the coming videos, I'm going to do like a full chest day where I'm actually going to be commenting on not only what exercises I'm doing, but also the sets, the reps, the form, giving you some tips on different types of exercises to really optimize your muscle gain. That being said, let's get into the different types of workouts. So there's generally 2 schools of working out. So there's the calisthenics and weightlifting. If you don't know, calisthenics is basically it's your body weight exercises. So that's your pull-ups, your push-ups, your dips, sit-ups, leg raises, and all of that. And you can also do some pretty cool skills like, the dragon flag, the human flag, front lever, planche, all of that. Right now, if you want to go ahead and actually learn all of that, awesome. Because honestly, I find it really sick. And there's some skills that I'm able to do, some that I'm not. But it definitely is something that I want to work towards. So the reason why I bring up calisthenics is because I have always kept the basics of calisthenics in my workouts. So I will always keep doing pull-ups, push-ups, squats, dips, sit-ups, leg raises. Right? I will always, always, always do that. And the reason for that is because those workouts, they train all of your body. So when you're doing pull-ups, you train your back, your forearms, your biceps, even your core. When you're doing push-ups, you're training your shoulders, your triceps, your chest, and your core a little bit too. So all of these, I can go on and on, but all these different types of exercises, they train everything. So it really helps your body stay proportionate, right? And it helps you keep that aesthetic look. Whereas, you don't have like huge arms but no chest, right? So that being said, in the workouts, in the coming videos, you are going to see that we keep implementing those. General tip I'll give you is if you can, just do 100 push-ups a day and 10 pull-ups a day. Obviously, you can always progressive overload, but start like that. That's just going to really help you get in the rhythm, help your body be strong as well. Because calisthenics, another thing is, it really helps your relative strength. I've always been very strong for my body weight. I weighed 150 and I could bench 240, right? And that is because of all the calisthenics movement. And I'm sure you've probably seen that there's some videos and this guy doesn't look big at all, but he can lift so much. And that is because calisthenic strength really translates into weightlifting, whereas the other isn't really the case. There's people that can bench 225, but that can't do 10 strict pull-ups, right? That being said, the fact that, we are going to keep calisthenics in it, I kind of just wanted to give you that information. And we're going to talk about also the workout splits in this video. So I'm going to tell you, what splits I think you should do, the splits I recommend, based on how many days you're working out. And then, like I said, in the coming videos, we're going to talk about the rest of the stuff. So that being said, let's get into it. If you're a beginner, we discussed this, you should aim to go to the gym 3 days a week. Okay? If you're doing that, here's what I recommend. Do push, pull, legs. If you don't know what that is, the first day, let's say on Monday, you do push. That is all the exercises where you are pushing. So that's going to be your chest, a little bit of shoulders, your triceps, right? Second day, day 2, pull. So that's going to be your back, your biceps, and a little bit of shoulders. And then the third day is legs. Pretty self-explanatory. That's when you do legs. Huge tip. Okay, don't skip leg day. Okay, I made this mistake when I first started out. For the first year and a half, I was not doing legs. And the reason why you shouldn't skip leg day isn't probably what you think. So yeah, you don't want to look disproportionate. You don't want to have skinny legs and a huge upper body. Yes. But a bigger reason is that because your legs, if you don't know this, your legs are your biggest muscles. So because they're your biggest muscles, when you train legs, it produces the most amount of growth hormone in your body. So it boosts your testosterone the most. And it actually boosts the growth hormone in your body entirely. So mathematically, when you train legs, you are going to gain more muscle all over quicker. So if you compare two people, one who does, upper body only, and the other who does upper body and legs, even if their upper body workouts are the exact same, the one who is doing legs will gain more mass. He will gain more muscle. He will look better. Just a fun fact for you. So hit legs. That being said, if you're going 3 days, do push-pull legs. If you're doing 4 days, you have two options. Kind of depends on who you are. Like we said in the previous videos, all of this working out thing really does come down to personal preference. That being said, I think you're in between two options. You can either do upper, lower, upper, lower. So that means that day 1 you do upper, day 2 lower, and then you just repeat. The only downside with that is, personally, I find that doing the full upper body day is just, you're either going to be there for 3 hours and you're just going to be dead, or you're just not going to be able to work out hard enough, because just your upper body is like seven muscles, right? You have your chest, your shoulders, your triceps, your biceps, your back, your abs, your forearms, right? So what you can do, like some people do upper, lower. What I recommend though is what I was doing when I was going 4 days a week, is do first day you do chest and biceps, or chest and triceps, personal preference again. But first day, say you do chest and biceps. Second day, do back and triceps. Third day, do shoulders and arms. And fourth day, you do legs and abs. Okay, you hit everything. Honestly, when you're going 4 days a week, don't try to hit every muscle twice. Just aim to go in there and have a good workout. Really exert your muscles. And you will still see progress, very good progress like that. That's what I did after my first 6 months when I started going 4 days a week. That's what I did for the next 2 years. I was just going 4 days a week, and it was exactly the same split that I just said. Reason why, I also want to bring this up because you're probably thinking about it. Reason why I said chest, biceps, and back triceps. Most people do chest, triceps because they're both push. And like I said in the 3-day split, when you're doing push, you want to do chest, triceps. The only thing is, why I recently started doing chest biceps and back triceps. What I just like in that is that when I do chest, after that my biceps are fresh. I haven't used them. So I can actually push them all the way. And vice versa for back. Whereas when I was doing chest and triceps, already at the end of my chest workout, I could already feel my triceps pumped a bit. So then I actually couldn't push them as much because they're already a little bit tired. That being said, again, it's a matter of personal preference. Alright? Now, moving on. If you're going 5-day, okay, you have, personally, I think, two options. So you can either do A, push, pull legs, upper, lower. 5-day is when you really start to get into hitting every muscle group twice, which is ideal for muscle growth. So you can either do push, pull legs, rest day, upper, lower. That way you hit every muscle group twice, you hit legs twice, which is awesome. Or you can do what I personally prefer, is you can do chest bis, chest and biceps, back triceps, legs and shoulders, chest and back, shoulders and arms. As you probably saw, yeah, we're only hitting legs once, but the rest of the stuff, we're actually going all out. You can put your all into it. You'll see a lot of progress really fast. And then lastly, if you're going 6 days a week, the reason why I say lastly is because you shouldn't be training 7 days a week. It is quite literally not optimal. Your body needs at least one rest day a week to recover. Your muscles need that to actually rest. Okay, so don't train 7 days a week. Max you should do is 6. And we're talking about consecutive days. That being said, if you're going 6 days a week, you can either do push, pull, legs, and repeat. So push, pull, legs, or you can do what I actually like, which is very similar to the 5-day. We just add another leg day. So we do chest and biceps, back, triceps, shoulders, legs, chest and back, shoulders, arms, legs. You're hitting everything twice, and you can actually, when you go in there, you can actually have an insane workout in an hour and a half and really fatigue all your muscle. You're going to see an insane amount of muscle growth. That's what I've been doing for the past 2 months, and I'll tell you this, I feel amazing. I've gotten stronger. My muscles have gotten bigger and more defined, and everything. Life's good, right? That's kind of where I want to cut it for this video, just because I don't want to make it too long of a video, because I really do want to talk about how to train effectively, progressive overload, and all the rest of the stuff. But if I incorporate that in this video as well, we're going to be here for hours. So I'm just trying to cut it up in, tiny little segments, so I can actually give you the most amount of value in a short amount of time. Hopefully you gain something out of this. You can rewind it, once you've picked how many days you're going to be working out, rewind it and go with the split that I recommend. Again, it might not be for you. Try it out. If you don't like it, change something, right? It really is trial and error. But once you find something that you like, stick to it for at least 6 months, so that way you can actually judge it, right? Oh yeah, before I forget, in case y'all are wondering, I hit abs every other day. As long as you're hitting them once, maximum, like twice a week is good. Once even is okay. Like, you're still gonna see muscle growth. The only thing with abs is, like, it really is a lot more your diet. In order to see your abs, like, you can have the best abs in the world. If your body fat isn't low enough, you're still not gonna see them. But that being said, I personally, now that I'm going 6 days a week, I train abs 3 times a week, every other day. Right? Hopefully this video helped you out and you learned something. And we'll see you on the next one, where we're going to talk about, like I said, train effectively and all the rest of the fun stuff.